Hey! Yo, everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video. And today we're going to be talking a little Batman news about our favorite Dark Knight, about our favorite vigilante, our Cape Crusader. And that news is caused a bit of clamor in the Batman community and the fandom, and that is that Tom King, the writer, the current writer of Batman, is cutting his run short. Instead of being 100 issues and change that he originally had told everyone it was going to be, instead Tom King is going to be jumping off of Batman at issue 85 and is jumping on to some new titles. And most notably, he's being given a maxi series called Batman and Catwoman. Maxi series being a 12-issue miniseries. So this has obviously caused a bit of a clamor in the fan community. A lot of people are happy about this. A lot of people are upset about this. A lot of people are confused by this. But there's been a lot of speculation on exactly why this is happening. And we have very little details other than what Tom King himself has said and a couple other creators in the community who have supported and backed him up in his comments. I'm not going to go into detail about exactly what his comments were about because it's basically all the gracious stuff that any creator says when they're jumping off comic. Oh, it's been amazing. I love what I've been doing. I'm setting my sights to something in the future. I got an idea in mind that I really want to itch and all that kind of stuff that every creator says, right? Not that we don't care. It's just we're not going to talk about it in this video. Instead, I'm going to talk about three things. One is I'm going to give you plain, flat, and simple the facts on what's going on with this news. Second is I'm going to give you my own speculation, keyword speculation, on why I think this is happening. And lastly, my overall thoughts on it, because this involves the Bat and the Cat. And as you guys all know, I have been a heavy crusader in getting Batman and Catwoman to be in a long, sustainable relationship, right? This isn't some kind of channel for the news, right? I have a very big opinion on this subject, so it's going to be colorful and it's going to be about what I truly want to see from this comic. Whether or not we're going to get that is debatable. So let's first talk about exactly the news, the black and white of this. So originally Tom King was scheduled to do 100 and change for issues, 100 issues for his story, and then a couple other issues that were crossover, like the button or the crossover with Heroes in Crisis. But in general, it was supposed to be a 100-issue maxi big story arc that he had going on that dealt with Batman, Bane, and Catwoman. And he was going to tell this huge story, and now a couple things are happening. One is he's jumping off the title at issue 85. Number two is the comic is going from 2 issues a month back to a regular 1 issue a month format. And lastly, he is being given a 12-issue maxi series called Batman and Catwoman. So, what does this all mean? A lot of people are speculating that this is because DC is unhappy with Tom King and what he's done with Batman. That sales have plummeted and gone down. A lot of people think this is because they don't want to tell the Batman Catwoman story. And I don't believe it's any of these, right? Because although Tom King's numbers for Batman haven't been as high as, say, Scott Snyder's has been, they're still within the top 10, mostly in the top 5 for comic books regularly. The Batman title has been going strong, and although it's been highly criticized, and there has been up and downs in the storytelling, for the most part, generally speaking, it's been a successful comic. Right, I'm not going to go into the details of what I like and what I don't like about Tom King's writing. I think I've voiced that throughout my channel, that there's a lot of things I like that he does. There's a few things that I don't like. But putting everything aside about quality-wise, I don't think it's because Tom King's doing bad on the title. If Tom King was in fact doing bad on the title, they A, wouldn't be giving him more stuff, and B, they wouldn't be giving him a maxi series to continue his story. Second thing is people are saying, well, this is probably because they don't want the story of Batman and Catwoman being told in Batman. This, again, I disagree with, right? And I'm going to tell you why I disagree with it. One is because they're getting a maxi series, right? So they obviously want to tell a story. Number two is I think Tom King is getting pushed off the title because they want to give it to someone else. And my theory is this. When new talent is brought on to a platform, right, like DC, Marvel, Image, IDW, whatever, oftentimes certain stories or characters are offered to that talent in order to secure them into a contract. Bendis is a great example. I don't know the details of his contract, but I'm pretty sure it was, one, to get the Wonder Comic imprint, to have his own imprint, and two, so he can write Superman, Action Comics and Superman after, issue 1000 of Action Comics. It's pretty clear that those were part of the stipulation for him going to DC Comics. You can flavor around it as much as you want. My theory is this. Is there was a new talent or a current talent that wants to write Batman, and DC wants to secure their contract. And in doing so, they are going to tell Tom King, hey, you're doing a good job. We're going to let you finish your story in this maxi series. We'll give you a limited run series to finish your story. Plus, you can jump onto a new project that we have on hand. And then we're going to give this title and turn it into a monthly series, back to a monthly series for this new talent. And Tom King is probably like, sure, long as I get paid, long as I get to tell my story, I'm cool with it. And that's my theory on what's going on. A new creator is coming in. They want Tom King to still have his cake and eat it too, but they also want to have Batman as a title to give to this new talent, or even current title, right? Right. There's a lot of speculation that Bendis is going to be jumping on Batman, which would be interesting. I don't know if he is. I have no idea because we haven't announced who the new Batman writer is going to be. I honestly want to see Christopher Priest jump on it because he's been killing it with Deathstroke, and I'd be interested to see his Batman. But that's besides the point, right? We have no idea who the writer is going to be. But I think that is a logical speculation, keyword speculation, which kind of covers all the bases. Why is he jumping off the title? Why is his run getting cut short? Why has no new writer been announced? Why is the series turning into a monthly series again? And lastly, why is he getting his own ongoing maxi series? Well, not ongoing, but his own maxi series to complete his storytelling, right? It's having your cake and eating it too. Now, I could be completely wrong on this, but I think this speculation is pretty sound, right? Which brings us to the last bit of this video, which is basically, how do I feel about this title, Batman and Catwoman? I have made it no secret on my channel that I am a humongous proponent for Batman and Catwoman to basically get together, right? To get married. Now, I'm not going to go into a full detail about why, right? But my logic is basically this. One, Batman's been single for how long? It's getting boring, him being single. I think some of the most interesting stories that have been told in the past 20 or so years have involved Batman being in some kind of relationship, whether it's with Catwoman or someone else, right? Hush, Heart of Hush, Batman his son, like, and what's going on with Tom King. Whether you like the stories or not, the actual concept of him being in a relationship has been widely successful. Number two is the reasons for him not to be in the relationship are stupid. One, he's a loner. Well, no, he's not a loner. He has tons of allies. Nightwing, Robin, Red Hood, Huntress, Azrael, Black Canary, Batgirl, Orphan, Bluebird, Signal, The Outsiders, Jim Gordon. So he has a lot of allies. And next is, well, it limits his options on romances, right? We want him to be an eligible bachelor because we can tell those stories. Well, really, you're not telling those stories because if I don't believe that Batman's ever going to have a sustainable relationship with a woman, I'm not going to believe any relationship he gets into. It just makes no sense. If he goes out and has a date and gets into a relationship with Silver St. Cloud again, well, I'm not going to believe it's not going to end well, so I'm not going to commit to it. And the story itself is just going to be boring because of which. So, again, that's another thing. But again, I'm not going to go into too much about why I think Batman should be with Catwoman, because I think it works well. The characters work well together. They understand each other. You can have them be in their own individual comic and come together when needed. And I think they have a good chemistry, not only together, but also in the grander DC universe. I think some of the best issues that we had were the crossovers with the Kents and with the Waynes. Clark and Lois with Selina and Bruce. Now, do I think it's going to happen? Well, I hope so. But it's hard to tell. Yes, we could get this series as a continuation, but we don't know for a fact that they're going to get married. Tom King says issue number 85 is going to do something that will change Batman for a generation, right? And a lot of people are speculating on what this is. I think if I'm going to play with my headcanon, again, speculate, I think they, at the end of the City of Bane story arc, they're going to have Batman and Catwoman actually get married. And then from there, the story is going to go from issue 85, where they actually get married, to the maxi series to tell the story. That, or they're actually going to get the engagement back on, and the maxi series is going to tell the preparation for the wedding, which kind of has already been done. But then again, it's just speculation. Do I think it should happen? Yes. Am I cautiously optimistic? Of course. But I've been burned way too much by DC lately about this, and by Tom King about this marriage thing. You're dangling a carrot in front of my face, and then you're pulling it away. You bastards. You can't be doing that. So I honestly don't know. I had recently just got over Batman and Catwoman not being together, so for them to go do this again, and then to take it away again, is just going to be bullshit. Right? But if DC had the balls, right, if they had the cojones and actually went through with it, I think it could be for the best. I think it could be a welcome change to Batman as a character and to storytelling, and open up a gambit of things that could be done for the foreseeable future. So, that's my general thoughts on it. I'm cautiously optimistic about this. I really want to see where it's going. But we can only wait and see. Next year, in 2020, is when the comic is going to be coming out. Right after the City of Bane. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see and go from there and see exactly how things are going to roll. I'm curious what you guys think. I'm curious on your opinions on this new Batman series and what it means for Tom King to jump off the title. With that said, this is Andrew saying peace out for now.